Your phone knows exactly where you are, not approximately, not somewhere in the area, exactly. It can tell if you are on one side of the street or the other. It knows if you are walking, driving, or standing still. Sometimes, it even predicts where you are going next. And yet, the way it does this is nothing like what most people imagine. Because here is the strange part: no satellite is tracking you. There is no system watching your phone from space. No signal is being sent back saying this is your location. Instead, something much more unusual is happening. Your phone is listening to invisible signals that are constantly passing through you, traveling at the speed of light, coming from objects orbiting tens of thousands of kilometers above Earth. And from those signals alone, your phone somehow calculates your exact position, which raises a very uncomfortable question. If nothing is tracking you, then how does your phone know where you are? To understand that, you have to completely rethink what GPS actually is, because it is not a tracking system. It is something far more precise, far more complex, and far more surprising. Most people picture GPS as a two-way system. You open a map, your phone sends a signal to a satellite, the satellite figures out where you are, and then sends your location back. It feels logical, but it is completely wrong. Satellites do not know where you are. They do not scan the Earth looking for devices. They do not detect your phone. They do not track your movement. They are not even capable of doing that. Instead, they do something much simpler. They broadcast. Every GPS satellite in orbit is constantly sending out a signal in all directions, like a lighthouse shining across the ocean. There is no targeting, no awareness, no response, just a continuous stream of data repeating over and over again. That means something very important. Your phone is not being located by satellites. Your phone is locating itself, and it does that using only one thing: time. Right now, above you, there are dozens of satellites orbiting Earth. They are part of a system called the Global Positioning System. Each one is moving at roughly 14,000 kilometers per hour, completing an orbit around the planet about every 12 hours. Every single one of them is constantly broadcasting a simple signal, not images, not maps, not coordinates, just data. That signal contains two critical pieces of information: the satellite's exact position in space and the exact time the signal was sent. At first, that does not seem like enough to determine anything meaningful, but those two pieces of information are everything. When your phone receives that signal, it compares the time it was sent with the time it was received, and from that difference, it can calculate distance. Signals from GPS satellites travel at the speed of light, which is about 300,000 kilometers per second. So they reach your phone incredibly fast, but not instantly. There is always a tiny delay, a fraction of a second, and that tiny delay is what makes GPS possible. If a signal takes a small amount of time to reach your phone, your device can calculate how far it traveled. Distance equals speed multiplied by time, and since the speed is constant, all your phone needs is the time difference. That tells your phone how far away the satellite is. But that alone is not enough, because knowing how far you are from one satellite only tells you one thing: you are somewhere on a massive invisible sphere around it. Imagine a giant sphere in space, centered on a satellite. If your phone knows it is 20,000 kilometers away, it could be anywhere on that sphere. So your phone needs more information. When it connects to a second satellite, it now has two spheres, and where those two spheres intersect, you get a circle, which is still not precise. Now add a third satellite, and those spheres intersect in two possible points. One of those points is usually far away from Earth, so your phone can discard it, leaving a single location. This process is called trilateration, and this is how your position is calculated, not through tracking, but through geometry. At this point, it sounds like everything should work perfectly, but there is a problem, a very serious one. All of this depends on measuring time with extreme precision, and your phone's internal clock is not nearly accurate enough. Even a tiny error just a fraction of a microsecond, can translate into massive distance errors. An error of 1 microsecond means a positioning error of about 300 meters. So how does GPS solve this? By adding a fourth satellite. That extra signal allows your phone to calculate and correct its own clock error in real time, turning rough estimates into precise coordinates. That is why GPS requires at least 4 satellites to work properly, 3 for position and 1 for time correction. This leads to one of the most important parts of the entire system. Time has to be incredibly precise, not just accurate, but almost perfect. That is why every GPS satellite carries atomic clocks. These clocks do not measure time like normal clocks. They measure time based on the natural vibrations of atoms, usually cesium or rubidium. These vibrations occur at extremely consistent frequencies, which makes atomic clocks some of the most precise devices ever created. They are accurate to within billionths of a second, and they would lose less than a second over millions of years. This level of precision is necessary because GPS is not really about location. It is about measuring time. Your position is simply the result of multiple time measurements converted into distance. Even with atomic clocks, GPS still would not work without one more adjustment, and this is where things become almost unbelievable. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is not constant. It changes depending on speed and gravity. GPS satellites are moving very fast, and they are farther away from Earth's gravity, which means time actually moves slightly faster for them. The difference is about 38 microseconds per day, and that may sound insignificant, but it is not. If this difference were ignored, positioning errors would grow by several kilometers every day. So engineers had to design the system to correct for these relativistic effects, which means every time you use GPS, you're relying on calculations that account for how time bends in space. Even with all this precision, GPS is not perfect. You have probably seen your location jump suddenly or drift. These errors happen because the signals are extremely weak by the time they reach your phone. They can be blocked by buildings, reflected off surfaces, or distorted by the atmosphere. Urban environments are especially problematic because signals bounce off glass and concrete, creating multiple paths. Your phone might receive the same signal more than once, slightly delayed, and that confuses the calculations. Weather can also play a role, especially in the upper atmosphere. That is why modern devices combine GPS with other data sources like Wi-Fi networks, cellular towers, and internal sensors to improve accuracy. Another thing most people do not realize is that GPS is not the only system. It is just one of several global navigation systems. The United States operates GPS, Russia has GLONASS, Europe has Galileo, and China has Beidou. Each system has its own satellites, infrastructure, and coverage. Modern smartphones often use signals from multiple systems at once, combining them to improve accuracy and reliability. GPS does far more than help you navigate. It is deeply embedded in modern life. Financial systems use GPS timing to synchronize transactions. Telecommunications networks rely on it to coordinate signals, and power grids depend on precise timing. Airplanes use GPS for navigation and landing, and even parts of the internet rely on GPS timing to stay synchronized. This means GPS is not just a convenience, it is critical infrastructure. If it stopped working, the impact would be immediate and widespread. So the next time you open a map and see that small blue dot, remember what is actually happening. Nothing is tracking you. No satellite knows where you are. Instead, you are surrounded by signals constantly passing through you from space. Your phone is quietly listening, measuring time, solving complex equations, and correcting for the way physics bends reality. All of that just to determine one thing: your position on Earth. And the most surprising part is not that it works. It is that it works so reliably that you never even think about it. Because behind something that feels simple and instant, there is a system so precise, so complex, and so dependent on the fundamental nature of time itself that it should almost not be possible. And yet every single day, it is.